Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. Well, today is a big day. We've been holding back a lot for this day. So first up, we'll go into the photos as usual, and after I recorded the video yesterday, we eventually did have the Clan v Clan drop for me, so I was able to start participating and contributing points. I did push a little bit further with my level 50 Aethel, and managed to do Deadlands Stage 7. The only reason I pushed was I had a daily quest to beat 3 boss stages, so I thought it made sense to continue farming food and just progress that a bit further. I was also able to push one more stage on Sacred Order, but Stage 9 really was where I capped out. I think once we 6-star Aethel, we'll be able to kick on and do a few more stages, but we're beginning to find it pretty tough with just one half well-built champion. We also managed to pick up a Templar in farming stage 8, the lifesteal stage. Essentially, what I wanted was to try and get some lifesteal speed boots, some defense and HP percent chests, and then eventually some defense and HP percent gloves. This will help me build a clan boss team full clan boss team in lifesteal. That's the plan, although, as usual, we've been pretty unlucky on the drops. I also, today, started the Night Revenant Faction War grind. We have Miscreated Monster carrying the flag for Night Revs, although he's only a level 37, pretty badly geared, no books, no ascensions, so he's definitely up against it. We hit level 35, unlock Tag Team Arena, and starting to make progress. So what I'm trying to do in the fights that I've been doing today, and so far I have done 9. Essentially, I played a little bit on the commute back from work, and I've been back from work about 45 minutes at this point, so I've just managed to kind of grind through the dailies, and then we'll jump into the game. I'll show you where I am, what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. The video is going to be structured slightly different to the other videos during this series, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting and a bit more engaged at this time. In any case, with the tag team, I've been trying to find instances where I can win 2 out of 3. I want to try and maximize my amount of bars I'm going to get per token that I'm expending. So I'm really trying to be careful and see where I could find opportunities to win 2 out of 3. For me, always one of them is just going to be a straight out loss, particularly since I'm just throwing ungeared food champions in most of the instances. But here we managed to beat a level 60, pretty badly geared Kale with our level 50 Aethel, which was, always makes you feel good, right? And then there was one arena fight that I wanted to include. And yes, it's only silver 3. And I think we will manage to kick on at least a silver 4, potentially even gold 1 once we get Aethel to 6-star and actually change our composition a little bit and kind of build our champions a bit more thoroughly. But anyway, we had Uko, who was actually a bit of a pain. Force Affinity has a revive. Rhonda, another legendary who has good abilities, and a Kale there. So a much better team composition than I have, but with the Aethel, managed to just about eke out the win. I was reasonably happy with the win, so I wanted to include it in the series. Anyway, so now we're jumping into the game. Where are we? Well, the stuff that we really cared about has begun. We've got Champion Training Tournament, that is live. We also have Dungeon Divers, that is also live. We've saved back our daily login, so we're going to claim that 500 energy, and that's going to be going towards getting our first 6-star today. And ultimately, we're also going to do some rank ups, some skill ups. Particularly for Miscreated Monster, we've got some epic tomes to use, and Frozen Banshee. But before we even do that, we're now going to use this opportunity to collect our Jamasa, go to the portal, summon Jamasa, and bag ourselves a nice little bit of CVC points. So I've had Jamasa ready to go since, I think, Sunday, and I've basically been waiting until CVC just to get those additional points, and we'll be putting her to good use as well. Really strong champion that's definitely going to help us progress in dungeons, in faction wars, and probably in clan boss initially. having a revive and a heal will help as well. In terms of where we are on the food, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 4 stars, nearly all at level 40 ready to go. Past that, we have 1, 2, 3, only 3 4-star food ready. Obviously, we need 20 in total, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 16 of the 3-star 30s ready to go. So we basically need to finish leveling the 4 stars to 40, get another 3-star 30, rank them all up, which will probably require us to do a few more 2 stars to 20. We have only a few 3-star level 1s. We do also have some chickens, particularly because we actually have the clan rewards ready. So we've got a chicken here, another chicken, 2 more chickens, 3 more chickens, and a chicken here. So we're going to be making all of this go to work during this CVC, during the champion training, and we'll just see how we get on. In terms of the advanced quests, we unlocked those today. I knocked out a few of them. We had like use faction war keys, use 2 clan boss keys, use a forge charm. We also had, I don't even remember what else, to be honest. That's all the ones that matter. But we do have win 3 artifacts from dungeons, so we're going to try and get that done today. Unfortunately, we can't do the classic arena 4 different affinities. I have looked today to see if we are in any position to be able to either get near Justicia or fuse one of these. And the problem here is the only copy of Commander I have currently is one that I want to keep, and I've started booking him out. The rest haven't been leveled up, but we could try and work on that. And I do think we need to, even if not for today. The use all 4 affinities does come up quite regularly, and the only 2 avenues that we can get without using a very precious Void Shard would be either to fuse Justicia or to fuse one of the rares for Broadmoor. I'd like to do Justicia because we actually need to do it for the Arbiter missions, but unfortunately I only have 1 of the 3 rares at the moment, and I'm currently in the speed stage trying to farm up a copy of Heiress. I want to get realistically at least 2 copies of Heiress, 1 to keep back for future use, but even just 1 copy to be able to do the fusion for now would be fine. Once we got a 6-star, we'll be easily able to get a copy of Diabolist, and then it's just going to be a bit of a pain trying to get Spirit Host from a very inefficient stage in Durham Forest. So that's the plan for today. Get our 6-star, farm up a little bit further in terms of trying to get the copies of the rares to be able to fuse Justicia, and max out our CVC points. So let me crack on. I'll use a bit of the energy up, and once we're in the position to do all of the rank ups and get 8th to 6-star, we'll jump back in. Right, you're back with me, and it's been 3 hours of grind. Oh, so ready for bed. Anyway, I collected all the rewards from the Clan v Clan, used all that energy, plus the energy that we picked up on the daily login. Plus I used 2 refills, I think, or 3 refills from here. We've still got a few left over. We did push a little bit more on the challenges. These are all done now. All these horrendous HP percent farming ones. We got actually quite a lot of energy in here for later. We can take that on, it's just silver. But most of these I think have energy in them, so we will be able to use those when we need. Also, we farmed quite a lot of campaign. That's got us a little bit further on the dungeon divers. And we've been grinding food. So we are 2685 on the champion training. Now, it's a bit of a shame, to be honest, on the champion training. I was hoping we'd have a more exciting set of rewards. I was hoping for the Epic Tome. I was hoping for Legendary Relentless. But there is 6-star Epic for first place. So, I mean, we will try, but we're not going to try too hard. So we'll try as best we can. Otherwise, we have now farmed enough food. So we have all of the 4 stars we need, and we have 5 food identified in Berserker, War Priest, Conqueror, Skinner, and Outlander. So if we crack on. Now, unlike I would normally do in a traditional champion training, because we're very low on brews, I'm only going to be brewing the 5-star food that I feed into Aethel. I'm not going to be brewing the 4-star food. I don't think we have enough brews for that to be realistic. That said, we do have quite a bit of force, so we could potentially just come in and do these few force champions here and pick up the extra points that way. So we're just using 6 force brews here, but we will be using the brews on the 5 stars. So let's go through. We'll level all of these up, getting the CVC points and getting champion training points. So overall, very efficient for us, even if we're a little bit behind the curve. We're just making sure that we're getting the best return we can, given the amount of time we have, is a key part really for us. We are making use of that 1 free 4-star chicken that we picked up. Do need to unlock that one. I will remove the gear because I'm pretty low on gear still. We've been extremely unlucky when it comes to gear. So we have our 5 stars. I am going to probably, I'd normally do 5, but don't know if I have enough brews. So let's do 3 to start with in each of them. And then if we have enough brews left over, we can go back and do the extra 2. But we're really, really short on brews. And I think, unfortunately, it looks like these are all spirit champions, which I hadn't really thought about in advance. So we're definitely going to be struggling. On the Skinner, I can do the 5. And level 23. And yes, I am going to do that. We are going to have a 6-star Aethel. I'm going to hold off on the final ascension for now on Aethel, in case we have a quest coming up. But I don't think we necessarily do too soon. That's obviously got us a good amount of additional points on the champion training. We're now leapfrogging ahead there. And the other thing we're going to go and do is we're going to put books into Miscreated. We do want to ideally book out the A3 and the A2, but to be honest, even the A1 is pretty good with that stun. We managed to get Lightning Storm. Oh, look at that booking luck. That is absolutely perfect. We've had very little luck on this account so far. I know you could say pulling in the first place was lucky, but I would say not necessarily, given the other luck that other people have had. So in terms of, if we look at the vault now, I'm starting to collect copies for the Justicia fusion. I've also got various other copies of champions that I want to keep. We've got 1 Templar for the fusion, but we also have a Templar. But ultimately, if we need to do Bommel, if that's going to be our solution there. So we have a good number of champions here. In fact, we can book out the Armiger now. So we're kind of trying to reserve all the champions that we need and make our progress. You might ask, why have I leveled 2 War Maidens? One of them is going to be the War Maiden I keep, and the other is going to be the War Maiden I use in the fusion. So in fact, we can now use the other copies of the War Maiden to book out the one we're going to keep, and the other one will be a target for the Justicia fusion. So if we click here in Relic Keeper, we need one copy to go into Justicia, and then the other ones we'll keep. We don't yet have a Diabolist, we don't yet have an Heiress, and we don't yet have a Spirit Host. I have put about 600 energy today alone into trying to get an heiress. I now have farmed, I think, 6 or 7 Avengers and just can't get the heiress. So it's not been going great. Otherwise, we are also going to book out our Frozen Banshee. And look at that kind of RNG luck right there. We still need one more though. And we need the A1 booked. It's the A3. The A2 is the only thing we don't care about. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them in because we just need to get her booked out. Like, it's very important. It's annoying. We're still missing that one cooldown. And we've run out of books. So hopefully we'll pick one up shortly. The other things we were going to do, this one is the one we're going to be feeding. In fact, I don't think anyone has had any books in her, so let's just go and get 2 skills into this War Maiden. And then the other War Maiden will be the one that we end up using for the fusion. Actually, nothing went into the A3. They're both currently locked. That's important. The one that's unascended will be the one we use for the fusion. We'll book up our Armiger as well. We are pretty nimble once more. We don't have a lot to work with in terms of food. Just we pulled 10 more mystery shards. And now my main plan that I've now got a 6-star Aethel is I'm actually, with the remaining energy I've got today, I'm going to go back and anywhere that we don't have 3 stars, I'll go in. This one, because it's particularly weak, I'll put them both in. But I'm basically going to make sure that I get the 3-star across all of normal, all of hard, and pretty much all of brutal. And in doing that, I will have leveled up the majority of Aethel to closer to 60. And essentially, at that point, Aethel will be able to solo farm. So I'm saving the barrel for my next 6-star. I currently have 660 gems. I could open the gem mine, or I could try and save those gems to get a second set of masteries and be in a position to then farm Minotaur. I might even see if with Aethel and say a 5-star miscreated, now that I've got the books in, will that be enough? Plus my support champions like Jamasa, once I get her to like 4-star 40, is that going to be enough to run Minnow? I think we're probably not quite there, but I don't think we're going to be that far off. So maybe we need one more set of masteries to make it happen. Maybe we don't. We're going to have to kind of make a judgment of that as we go. We managed to pick up 3 rare tomes there. So you know what that means. I have to get her out of the vault first. But it means we're going to finish booking. We only actually need 1 book, so that is now a fully booked Frozen Banshee. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. I'm going to carry on with the rest of this energy for today. Get all of my normal campaign, or the majority of the normal campaign done till I run out of energy. Then I'm going to head to sleep because it's really late now. I've got work again tomorrow. And yeah, this was pretty hard work balancing both accounts during CVC, particularly with this account being quite young and the runs not being that fast. I did probably make things a bit hard for myself by trying to be, ultra efficient and be a little bit behind the curve, but really kind of optimize it. It's probably made things harder than it needed to be, but it's the way I tend to play. So hopefully it's been enjoyable and entertaining for you guys to kind of get that insight and how I'm structuring what we're doing day by day, kind of forward planning. So I have got one eye on the missions again now, particularly given that we've got that first 60 under wraps. I'm going to be working on the next 60. I know most people think that should be miscreated. I'm partly tempted to make it Frozen Banshee, however, simply because that way I'll get a real big increase in terms of progression within Clan Boss, and that will get me more. In fact, we can open Giant Slayer now on Aethel, and that will get me more resources more quickly, which kind of is important. And Frozen Banshee is also fantastic for killing dragon. And because I don't have Kale, I do think I need Frozen Banshee to stay alive if I want to farm higher levels of dragon and be efficient. So the reality is, though, to be pushing higher levels of dungeon, I probably need both Frozen Banshee and Miscreated as 60s. But my feeling is that Frozen Banshee will have a bigger power jump by being a 60 than Miscreated will. But Miscreated will be more useful in more areas, particularly in Arena. So it's a toss-up, and it's something I'm going to have to think about over the next few days. We're probably not going to be that quick to the second 60, but, say within the next week, we'll have to make a decision. But at the moment, it's a toss-up between the two. So once again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.